Hi, I'm Peggy Morton, and I'm speaking for the Edmonton Coalition Against War and Racism. So we have a beautiful day. Before I start, since it's only 2 days since September 11th, let us begin by just remembering all those people who died on September 11th and all of those people who have died around the world in actions which the US has justified with its so-called war on terror following September 11th to commit war and aggression against the people of Iraq, against the people of Afghanistan and many other places. And let us also remember the victims of another September 11th in Chile, a coup supported once more by the Americans. So today we're here specifically because this is a day of action to demand that war resistors stay in Canada. Can you hear me? Oh, here. What better reason could there be to give someone refugee status than that a young person would take a stand of courage and integrity to say, I will not go to Iraq, I will not go there and commit crimes against the peace, crimes against humanity, and war crimes. There is no better reason and no better citizen that we would want in Canada than someone who would take such a stand. It is not just... We're not alone in saying this. The vast majority of Canadians want war resistors to remain in Canada. A vote in Parliament has called for war resistors to remain in Canada. But the Harper government refuses. Shame on the Harper government. The stand that they're taking on this question is consistent with their stand on every other question. Now, I understand that originally this was going to be a demonstration against the SPP. So I think that we're all together here as this election gets underway in knowing that it's a huge election issue, that for the Harper government and the Martin government before it, they see Canada as part of this North America, which is a base for war and aggression against the rest of the world, which some people have called the US of North American monopolies. And in this US of North American monopolies, everything is organized to serve those monopolies, and war and aggression therefore is part and parcel of this. On this basis, the most unrelenting attacks take place on people's right of conscience. Not only do we have the targeting and racial profiling of the people of Muslim origin, of the Muslim faith and of Arab origin, but when Harper talks, a reporter asked me, did I believe that Canadian values, that Canadians felt that it was part of their values to have a war resistor stay here? I said, no, it was their conviction, but not their values. Because when Harper speaks of Canadian values, what is he talking about? He defines those Canadian values according to his image of Canada, his image of North America, his image of becoming part of that US war and aggression around the world. And then anyone who doesn't subscribe to those values is really an unlawful enemy combatant and is fair game. And that is what is being prepared in Canada. And that is what we are seeing. This is, it's like what's taking place is at such rapid speed and goes so fast. I'll bet every single person here, especially the ones my age, we all know how many people were attacked and what those attacks looked like, and we can remember the pictures of 1968 in the Democratic Convention. How many of you actually saw the police arresting and beating and brutalizing and jailing people in the Republican Convention? It wasn't even on the radar. They didn't even report it. They don't even talk about it anymore. It's part of the new normal. Part of the new normal is that the people under security certificates, you don't know who your accuser is. You don't see the evidence against you. You have no right to a trial. It's all done in secret, and then in secret you can be deported to torture. Linda is going to talk about Omar Khadr. It's the new normal that a 15-year-old is tortured and kept in the most brutal conditions in Guantanamo. This is the new normal. It's the new normal that Canada and Afghanistan, that they talk about how somehow we're there for peaceful reasons, while the number of civilian casualties is not even discussed, is not even mentioned, is not even recognized. Yes, we mourn the 100 soldiers, but we do not forget the hundreds and thousands of civilians who are being killed in Afghanistan. We do not forget that the American election is being discussed on the basis, well, we should ramp down Iraq so we can ramp up Afghanistan and have another war, and that we should prepare for war against Iran and against Pakistan and against Korea and against Cuba. And what are we going to do about our backyard in Latin America? So we face a very, very serious situation here, where Canadians do not want it. Canadians want an anti-war government. Canadians want troops out now. They want us out of Afghanistan. They want the war resistors to stay here. But we are frustrated by a political system which blocks the will of Canadians. And so we have to fight on this question, to renew this system, to bring about an anti-war government in Canada, a government in which we can be proud as Canadians that we're standing for peace in this world, that we can say, as the sign says, who decides? We decide. That we can say, troops out now, that we want that anti-war government. Thank you very much. Yeah.